Welcome back to Skytech-Lens. The Trump administration's tariffs aim to bring jobs back by making foreign goods pricier, hoping to boost domestic production. However, the complex global supply chains meant tariffs increased costs for American factories, paradoxically making local production more expensive. This forced international carmakers to rethink strategies as building in the U.S. became less viable. Instead of a manufacturing revival, tariffs triggered reverse localization, with companies moving production out of the U.S. The policy, meant to protect American industry, inadvertently opened doors for other nations to attract business. A new chapter in North America's industrial story was unfolding, not in America, but further north. Subaru, a key player in North American manufacturing, faced a dilemma with the new tariffs. Its Indiana plant, a model of localization, was hit hard by increased costs and Canadian retaliatory tariffs. Building cars in Indiana for Canada became financially unfeasible. Subaru decided to halt Canadian-bound production in Indiana, opting to ship from Japan instead. This move highlighted the reverse localization trend, as American economic policy drove production away. Subaru's decision reduced Indiana's output for Canada from 26% to 10%, signaling a strategic shift. The industry received a clear message: the rules had changed. Subaru's predicament mirrored a broader challenge in the U.S. automotive sector. Tariffs on steel and aluminum acted as a tax, raising production costs and undermining competitiveness. Importing finished vehicles became more attractive, as foreign steel wasn't subject to U.S. tariffs. This reverse localization trend saw companies rerouting logistics to avoid American cost hikes. The entire supply chain felt the squeeze, making Made in America more expensive. The U.S., seen as unstable, lost its appeal for new factory investments. The tariffs failed to consider the interconnected nature of global manufacturing, inadvertently making other locations more appealing. While the U.S. erected trade barriers, Canada positioned itself as a stable, open market. Canada's strategy, led by Mark Carney, focused on transparent rules and green incentives. At an ASEAN summit, Carney declared Canada's independent economic path, signaling readiness to lead. Canada swiftly signed trade agreements with Asian powerhouses, fostering cooperation in future industries. These deals created a corridor for Asian investment, offering stability to companies like Subaru. Canada provided certainty, a valuable commodity in global manufacturing, transforming American uncertainty into its own advantage. The Northern Shift described a redirection of investment from the U.S. to Canada. As the U.S. turned inward, Canada welcomed global corporations, redrawing North America's automotive map. Automakers like Toyota and Hyundai pivoted towards Canada, leveraging its favorable trade environment. Canadian ports became preferred entry points, bypassing U.S. tariff complications. This shift was solidified by Japanese investment in Canada's green automotive sector. Canada attracted future industries, securing its position in the green automotive revolution. The Northern Shift had painful consequences for American workers. Reduced production demand at Subaru's Indiana plant meant fewer shifts and growing uncertainty. The impact rippled to suppliers, with orders drying up and job losses across the Midwest. The tariffs, meant to protect jobs, contributed to their erosion. Future investment in American manufacturing was deterred, with capital flowing to Canada. The U.S. lost ground in the electric vehicle sector, threatening its industrial future. The U.S. and Canada's divergent paths offer a lesson in economic statecraft. The U.S. chose protectionism, using tariffs to reshape supply chains, creating unpredictability. Canada embraced cooperation, building bridges and prioritizing clear rules. Its smart trade doctrine attracted global car companies seeking stability. Canada became a safer bet for long-term investment, while the U.S. undermined confidence. The results were clear. Canada welcomed new investments, while the U.S. saw production shift away. The Northern Shift signals a potential paradigm shift in North America's economic geography. Canada proved it could serve as a primary gateway to the continent, challenging U.S. dominance. The U.S. must regain investor trust, requiring policy stability and open trade commitment. Canada's strategy offers a blueprint for thriving in the global economy. The U.S. faces a choice: learn from this experience or risk further industrial erosion. Subaru's decision was a vote of no confidence in U.S. policy, highlighting the need for change. As Japan redirects its automotive investments towards Canada, the long-term economic impacts begin to take shape on both sides of the Pacific. For Canada, the influx of Japanese capital promises new jobs, advanced technologies, and a bolstered position within global supply chains. Local communities stand to gain from revitalized manufacturing hubs and increased economic activity, while Canada's reputation as a stable trade partner is further cemented. However, these benefits are not without challenges. Increased competition for resources and potential strains on infrastructure could emerge. Canada must also ensure it maintains environmental and labor standards amidst rapid industrial growth. For Japan, this strategic pivot diversifies its manufacturing base, reducing exposure to unpredictable trade environments in the United States. It secures access to the North American market under more favorable conditions, yet shifting operations abroad may gradually erode domestic manufacturing employment, sparking debate at home about the balance between global expansion and local economic security. Ultimately, this investment shift weaves a new, more complex tapestry of economic ties, with both opportunities and uncertainties for the future of Canada and Japan alike. The redirection of Japanese automotive investment from the United States to Canada sends ripples far beyond the realm of economics. Politically, this shift signifies a recalibration of alliances and influence across North America and the wider Pacific. For the United States, the loss of Japanese investment is more than a matter of jobs or industrial output. It raises questions about its reliability as a trade partner and its approach to global cooperation. American policymakers may face mounting pressure to reassess tariff strategies and repair diplomatic ties, lest other trading partners follow Japan's lead. For Japan, the move is a strategic assertion of autonomy. By reducing dependence on the U.S. market, Japan signals its intent to diversify partnerships and hedge against political unpredictability. This pragmatic step could embolden other nations to reconsider their own economic alignments, especially as global supply chains become more fragmented and regional blocs gain prominence. The broader geopolitical landscape is subtly reshaped. Canada, now a beneficiary of increased Japanese engagement, strengthens its standing as a bridge between East Asia and North America. Meanwhile, the United States risks ceding influence in both the economic and diplomatic spheres, potentially weakening its leadership in shaping international trade norms. Ultimately, this shift is not just about cars or factories. It reflects a world in which nations must constantly weigh economic interests against political realities, where the choices of today may redefine alliances, dependencies, and the balance of power for years to come. As we've seen, the consequences of the American tariff strategy have cascaded far beyond their initial intent, reshaping investment flows, regional alliances, and the very fabric of North American industry. The redirection of Japanese automotive investment towards Canada has not only shifted economic benefits, but also recalibrated political relationships across continents. This episode underscores a vital lesson. In today's interconnected world, economic decisions reverberate across borders, influencing jobs, supply chains, and even the balance of global power. For the United States, the challenge will be to adapt, rebuilding trust with trading partners and re-evaluating policies that may inadvertently undermine its own influence. Canada's emergence as a new hub for Japanese investment highlights the growing importance of flexibility and collaboration in global trade. Meanwhile, Japan's move signals a broader trend of diversification, as nations seek to reduce vulnerabilities in an increasingly unpredictable geopolitical landscape. Looking forward, the future of global trade will likely be shaped by a blend of competition and cooperation. Regional blocs may gain strength, supply chains could become more resilient, and nations will continue to weigh the costs and benefits of economic interdependence. The story of tariffs and shifting alliances is still being written. As countries navigate this evolving landscape, one thing is clear: the choices made today will set the course for tomorrow's world economy. Thanks for watching. Subscribe the channel for more updates.